everyone. I'm gonna get started in a little while. It's a little before 9, and so I thought I would just get started a little bit early since I have everything set up, and I'm gonna tag a few people. One reason I decided to do this is because for two reasons. So the first reason is a couple weeks ago, my mother-in-law asked me, she said, you know, maybe you should do some kind of video tutorial, or you can teach people how to do a makeup for Zoom meetings. And I'm like, you know what, Mama G, that's actually a good idea. I said, that's a great idea. But for a couple weeks, I was trying to figure out when I could do it and what the best platform was. So I'm going to do it here on Facebook Live, and then it'll be replayed or re-aired on IGTV. So if you missed it, there'll be a replay on here, and then also a replay on IGTV on my channel there. So a few disclaimers. Let me explain what I am not. I am not a makeup artist. I'm not a professional makeup artist. That's just not my lane. There are lots of people who do that. Shout out to my girl Patrice, who is an amazing, amazing makeup artist, and her thank you, Daria. Yes, my skin is bare right now. I did my skincare routine, and I'm actually, so anyway, I'll get back to that in a moment. But Patrice is really great. She does bedside beauty every Tuesday around 8 p.m. So if you want to learn from an OG makeup artist, she's your girl. But I'm a makeup enthusiast. I love makeup. It's no secret. It's a hobby of mine. I enjoy it. And I like to share that with y'all. Thank you, Jamila. Yeah, the thing about needing makeup, that's a great segue. I don't think anybody actually needs makeup, in that it is not a requirement. You will not live and die over whether or not you wear makeup. But what my mom taught me was that makeup is really just something that will enhance the beauty, the natural beauty that we already possess. So I never saw it as something that would transform my look. That's just not something I go to makeup for. It's fun, it's calming, and I really like how my face looks with it on. So, but I also, during this quarantine, have really fallen in love with the way my bare face looks as well. So yeah. Also in terms of skincare, I think skincare goes hand in hand with great makeup. A great face starts with great skin. So yeah, those are my guiding principles of makeup. So yeah, the first reason is, not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup fan, makeup enthusiast. And I'm also not a makeup influencer. So any of the products you see today, I have not gotten paid to endorse. They're just products I enjoy. Another disclaimer, what works for me may not work for you. So I may use a product that works well for me. You might use it and think it's trash. That's okay. There's lots of products to choose from. And so take this as suggestions and not demands or requirements. Makeup should be choose your own adventure, and I'll talk more about that later. The second reason I'm doing this is because I actually do need to put on a face today. I have two video calls. The one is with my good friend Elise. We're doing a writing session around 11 a.m. So I thought, well, maybe let me put my face on now so that I'm not rushing. And then the second thing is that my cousin Austin is having a virtual baby shower this afternoon. So I knew my best shot to do my makeup was this morning. And so why not get ready with you? So I usually start with a primer. I'm doing that today because my skin is a tad bit dry. I'm only going to do a little bit of primer because I don't really need a whole lot of it. Primer is really just a moisturizer, y'all. Okay, it's just, don't let people fool you into thinking that it's anything more than that. Thank you, April. I'm sure the ring light is working. But so the primer I'm using today is Too Faced Do You. And I got this at Ross randomly. You know how they get you when you're in line and you got the rack that goes around the line. Hey, Jen. Yeah, they got me that day. I came in there for one thing, walked out with two other things because, you know, that's how they do you. All right, so Daria's asking, do you need moisturizer and primer? You don't necessarily need both. If your skin is well moisturized, you really don't need it. I usually use a primer if I'm doing makeup in the evening and maybe I haven't moisturized in a couple hours or my skin feels dry. So just use your best instincts there. But again, primer is not a requirement, but moisturizer is. So, yeah. Okay. So then the next thing I do, I actually do my eyebrows first before I do anything else. It's just a thing I had. I can't really even explain why I do it. It just makes things easier for me if I do them first. And some of the YouTube girls be doing them first. And I don't know, it just makes sense. The one that I use is the SEPHORA retractable, brow pencil in chocolate brown. It is my all-time favorite eyebrow pencil. Because for the price, I think this thing costs about $12 or $14. No more than $14. For the price, the color payoff is really good, and I find that it can be it's very precise. So I haven't done this on camera in a long time. In fact, the last tutorial I did was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago on here. My mirror is set up here, so I'm going to be looking off to the side. Yeah, Jamila, it's just easier. I can't even explain why it's easier. It just is. Okay, so what I normally do, I have very sparse eyebrows. It's a thing, and I have not gotten them waxed in a long time. So the eyebrow pencil is going to do a lot of the work here. All right, so I usually start by, I hope you all can see this. I kind of outline around the shape of the brow. And then I do the same thing on the lower side. And see that, so that gives you the shape you want. And you know, the shape you want may not be the shape I want, and that's okay too. Remember, makeup is choose your own adventure most of the time. And half the things I'm showing you, it ain't even a requirement. Like some people don't really need, to shape their brows or don't want to. You don't gotta do all that. You do what works for you, and you do what makes you happy. So don't even, oh, hey, Jess Solomon. Hey, Jessica. So yeah, do what works for you, y'all. And also don't let people tell you have to contour. That's BS, okay? You do not have to contour. And I won't be contouring in this look because it's not, again, not a requirement. It's one of those things that's like nice to have sometimes, depending on what you're trying to do. But it's not, you don't have to do it, It's kind of like singing in church, right? You know how everybody wants to do the runs, right? Runs are optional. You do not have to do runs when you sing. It's not something you have to do. Just because you can do it doesn't mean it's a requirement. Doesn't mean you should do it. So, you do what works for you. So I'm always struggling on my left brow. I think it's because I'm right-handed. But anyway, I'm not going to let perfect be the enemy of the good today. The other thing is that, one of the reasons why my right eyebrow is always easier for me than my left, and the thing is your eyebrows are cousins, not sisters. Or some people, it's sisters, not twins. So it's not going to be fully symmetrical all the time. So you work with what you got. All right, so eyebrows are done. I'm going to move on to my complexion products. Today I am using Fenty Beauty. I'm using the 440. That's my Fenty Beauty shade. I like to, because Fenty tends to be a little more matte than what I'm going for today. I will sometimes mix it in with a tiny bit of the NARS Tinted Moisturizer in Polynesia. I love this one. Or other times, what may help if you don't want to do, like, if you don't want a whole lot of foundation, because foundation can sometimes feel like it's a lot of it is on you. It's like it's very on you. If you need something lighter, you can always do just a tinted moisturizer. I use NARS. There's lots of other ones out there at lots of different price ranges. But yeah, so I'm going to actually do a mix of both this time because I don't want to look too matte. But I also like I want it to be a little bit lighter because I ain't going nowhere. And also because it's summertime, and yes, Jamila, especially in the summer, like I like to go light on foundation in the summertime because, you know, you're sweating, and then now we got masks on and you're sweating even more. You know, I just look, just again, do what feels right for you, and don't let nobody tell you you have to do any of this, or you have to do this or that, or you have to use this or that product. It's about what works for you and also what works for your skin. All right, so I usually like to apply it with my finger first and then blend it with my brush. One thing I forgot was tissue paper or Kleenex, but I think we good. So this is I'll tell you more about this brush in a moment. This is from Real Techniques, and it's their 212 brush. It's a foundation brush. It's amazing. Oh, hey, okay, yes, Jessica. So my favorite tinted moisturizer right now is NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I use Polynesia. Maybelline has a good one. They have a BB cream. So if you're into BB creams, it's just basically just a tinted moisturizer. That one's great. Makeup Forever has a good one too. I have dry skin, and I found that it was a little drying. But you know, Makeup Forever has a good one. But my all-time favorite, Jessica, is NARS. Absolutely. So I love this brush because it blends well. It's denser. The one that I was using before just didn't. I was using sponges before. What I don't like about using the sponges is that too much of the product gets on the sponge and not enough of it gets on your face. So I use this one, and I actually have to. And I did clean my brushes last week. Or week before last, and so it's time to clean them again. So that's full transparency on my part. I don't use this brush very often these days, so I can usually wait between cleanings. But it's good. The only downside is that it is very thick, so I can't use my regular makeup brush cleaner. If you all saw my last video, I was doing that. So usually I do this. By hand. So yeah. Yes, Dari. So wetting your sponge stops it from absorbing product. Yes and no. I usually wet my sponge. In fact, I need to go get one because that's the one thing I forgot because I am going to do powder today. I usually wet my sponge if I'm applying powder. That's not to say you can't wet your sponge to do foundation. Again, do what works best for you. I found this sponge just don't work for me when I'm doing face products. All right, so the next step is I'm doing my concealer under my eye, and I'm using the Fenty Beauty concealer also in 440. So what I normally do is I just apply it underneath my eye. And I had the same issue with application with the sponge as I do with concealer as I did with foundation. Again, it might be an issue that, like, hey, I'm a beginner. I don't necessarily know all the I'm not a beginner, but I don't know all the techniques that work best all the time. But I do know what works generally for me. So what I normally do is I take my ring finger and blend it with my finger because I find that it's easier it gets all the way in there that way. But with the sponge, I feel like it can only go but so deep into my my under eye area. So, and you know, again, not everyone uses concealer. If you're a beginner and you are someone who is maybe intimidated by a whole lot of products, you can forego concealer, you know. But if you're doing a full face, it's best to have it. And excuse me for just a moment because I did forget my my sponge, so I'll be right back. All right, so this is a new sponge I got. I like the sponges that have the flat side. It just makes it easier, especially when you're getting into like crevices on your skin. And I am gonna wet this one just a tad bit. And you know, you want it damp and not wet when you're putting on powder. So this is Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. It is pretty much my go-to. I know Fenty has a great one, but frankly, I have not gotten matched for Fenty yet, and I probably won't for a while because I ain't trying to go in that store right now, even as they're open. I'm really not trying to go into the makeup store if I don't have to, especially if I need somebody to like touch my face. Nah, not right now, not during the Rona. So, but for now, I'm still using Laura Mercier. And you're just going to tap it or pat the product into your skin with the sponge. And thanks for watching, everybody. I hope it's helpful. So yeah. And you know, I have dark under eye circles. They're not going anywhere. And I think even with makeup, you don't want to let perfect be the enemy of good. I mean, I think a lot of times folks compare their makeup to, you know, what such and such makeup influencer looks like and all that. And it's good to have people who you can gain inspiration from, but don't feel like you have to compare your face to theirs. Your face is your face, you know? I think my homegirl Carletta actually said that to me a while ago. And the truth is, your face is your face. It's your face. It's not Jackie Ina's face. It's not Amree's face. It is your face. And so with makeup, I like to do the best thing I can for my face. And I encourage you to do the same. So I'm going to do eyeliner on my under eye, my waterline. But what I'll say about eyeliner is if you want sorry about that, I had a call coming in. You do not have to do eyeliner. Some days I just ain't feeling it, or it's too much effort. It's an impossible task for me, so I don't do it. But today I'm going to do a little bit. This is the Marc Jacobs gel liner. I actually got this as one of the rewards or something, that I got from Sephora. So this is actually a sample product. I usually use, you know, a drugstore brand or something like that. There is not, you know, eyeliner. I'm not really picky about it. However, this one is everything. I don't know if I'm going to spend Marc Jacobs money on it because it's eyeliner. You know, like I just, especially because it's something I use every day, I'm going to have to re-up on it often. And it's like over time, it doesn't make sense for me to spend that much on a product like an eye pencil that anybody, you know, you can find a cheaper one that does the same thing. However, this is a great product. My soror Davy told me that it was really good. And she was right, but it's not, again, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on makeup. So you're going to go into the waterline, and I'm going to look, it helps to look up sometimes, but not all the time. And you just go back and forth. You know, don't go too heavy on it unless the lip the look. Don't go too heavy on the eyeliner unless the look requires it. So if you're doing a full beat and you're doing all the things and you're doing eyeshadow and all that, you might need to go a little heavier on it. But you don't have to go too heavy for a basic face. So I went a little too heavy on here, but hey, that's okay. Again, you're going for a good face, not a perfect one. It's fine. All right, so I've got my eyeliner in, and now I'm going to do, I usually would stop here and do a wing. We're not doing a wing today because, again, a wing is not a basic look. Now, sometimes I wear a wing if I want to, you know, do a super bad bitch basic face, but I'm not going to do that today. That's more of an advanced thing, and also like I have to learn how to teach people how to do it because a lot of people ask me like, "Can you teach me?" Look, it took me. Let me tell you about winged eyeliner. Okay, I started experimenting with winged eyeliner in 2015, I believe, maybe in 2016. I think it was 2015. I didn't get good at it for like another 2 years, but it's because I practiced, and there's lots of tutorials out there that can teach you too. Oh, okay, so Jamila's asking what my thoughts are on liquid eyeliner. I love it. I love liquid eyeliner, but I think it's best for your lids and less for your under eye, your lower lid. It's better for upper lid. My favorite liquid eyeliner is Stila liquid eyeliner. It used to be Kat Von D's tattoo liner, but Kat Von D is an anti-vaxxer and a racist, and I decided she don't need no more of my money. She don't deserve it. But Stila's a good brand, and I really enjoy their liquid eyeliner. Fenty's liquid eyeliner is cool too, but I thought it was a little thick. So, yeah, Daria, we don't acknowledge Kat Von D over here. KVD Beauty now. That's hilarious. So, I did not tell you what mascara I'm using. I am using the Fenty Beauty mascara. I like it a whole lot because it's, you know, it gives you volume and it gives length, but not like a whole lot of volume. So it makes it good for a basic, you know, face. It's not too dramatic. However, if you want theater, I really like Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It just gives you a more dramatic look. I didn't do that today, just because, you know, I'm not necessarily going for a more dramatic eye. But when I do a full beat, my go-to is Better Than Sex. All right, so we're done with the eyes. We've done I did the foundation / tinted moisturizer. I did my eyebrows. I did my eyebrows first, and then did concealer and mascara. So that means, let's see how many products we've used. We've used two here, right? Used an eyebrow pencil. We've used concealer. We've used eyeliner and mascara. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 products. You can do less products if you want to. Like, I could have not done anything with my eyes, but that's, you know, I wanted to show y'all what a basic face looks like. All right, so again, know that this is totally optional, but if you want a little color on the cheeks, if you want that, I do have a few examples. I really am loving Fenty Beauty's cream blush. This is Cheeks. It's called Cheeks Out, and the color I'm using is Cool Berry. It's just a wonderful, wonderful shade for brown girls. So that's what it looks like here. It's just wonderful. Yeah, Fenty Beauty did that. So what I like to do, and this is something a makeup artist at Sephora taught me actually, you go and kind of like the apple of your cheek, so right here, and I like to kind of tap it in because I noticed for a while that when I would rub it in, it would be, I couldn't really control how much of the product got on my face. And so then it gave you, so then, you know, if you don't want to, if you don't want to give Ronald McDonald, then just kind of, you know, just lightly go in with on the apple of your cheeks. All right, so it's a little bit of color. It's like, it's subtle, but you can see it, and it's really lovely. It's so lovely. All right, so we've gotten to the fun part. We got to the lips. Now, because it's a basic face, and of course for Zoom calls, this is, you know, if it's a work call in particular, you know, some people would say don't wear a bold lip. It really depends. It's situational for me. It really, like, because I work on, I'm working client-facing work where I'm interfacing with clients, and also with my client team, with my teams at work as well. If I just use my best judgment on that. It really depends on what look I'm going for and who I'm talking to. That's just the reality of it. If you are doing a Zoom call for maybe like an interview, or you're meeting someone for the first time, or maybe you have a Zoom call with a potential boo, or whatever it is, whatever it may be, like, you can, again, choose your own adventure. Today what I'm going to show you is kind of a nude look, what I've been doing recently, because you know, with a mask on, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of wearing a bold lip. But then also, like, it's just it gives it a very nice polished look if you're going for that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wet n Wild lip liner in Brandywine. It's a brown lip liner. So, you're going to you're just going to line that outer edge of your lips. On both sides. And I hope y'all can see. And you can rub it together to kind of blend it into your lips. And then I'm going to go over that with Sephora's Colorful Gloss Bomb in Virginia. It is the closest gloss I have to a now discontinued gloss from Benefit called Where's My Stylist. They discontinued it a while ago. I have not seen it on the shelves probably since 2008. But also Benefit they have their own problems. I'll just put it that way. So I haven't really used a lot of their products in a while, mostly because frankly there's better products out there. But this is a great substitute. It's called Virginia. It's like a brownish red color. So and you know, you don't need a whole lot. What I like to do is just, you know, just push a little bit of it out of the tube and go with that small amount, because a little goes a long way. So that's a basic face. I'm going to show you some other options too, just so that you know. What I'm actually going to wear today, and I'm going to show you this because I'm going to wipe this off and show you what the matte lip looks like. I'm using the Amore matte lip from Milani in Gorgeous. It's great. I love it. It's more of like on me, it looks like a deep fuchsia. It's almost like this color fuchsia, and I am going to put this on in a moment. It's a head wrap. So yeah, it's like a deep fuchsia. Another option, you know, you can do a red if you're feeling like I like to put on a red lip if I want to feel confident, if I want to feel in control, I'll put on a red lip. It just makes me feel, you know, it makes me feel like I'm a boss chick. So, this is Lip Bar, another black-owned, it's a black-owned brand, based out of Detroit. It's a Lip Bar, it's a red lip in Bawse Lady, B-A-W-S-E. It is my favorite red. You know, it took me too long. It was, if anything, I regret that I didn't, if I have any regrets about this, about using this lip, it's that I did not use it. I did not try it sooner because it is amazing. And I highly recommend it. There's a lot of other reds, good reds out there. Madame by Fenty, the Mademoiselle lipsticks, and that matte lipstick line that she put out, Madame, is really good. But anyway, this is, if you want the most basic of faces, this is what it looks like. But I'm going to do the rest of my face now, or I'm going to actually do my actual lip for today and show you that, because it's a liquid lip, and so it takes a little more time and attention to apply smoothly. And I know some folks might be beginners and might be, you know, like I said, I find a lot of people telling me like, oh, I'm intimidated by makeup, or I don't know how to wear it. And so I am going to show you at least how I do a liquid, how I apply a liquid lip. So this is the liquid lip I'm using. It's a matte lip. It goes on like kind of shiny, and then it dries matte. Oh yes, Jen, Elson by Pat McGrath is great. I have not worn it yet. I have not even bought it yet, but I need to. I've been putting it off. But yeah, that might be my next purchase from Auntie Pat. So again, with the liquid lip, you can apply it just like you would at first a lip liner. I start from the outer edges. And I go all the way around. And I do the same up top. And if you need more, you just kind of dip it lightly. And then you fill in the inner corners. I probably could have used a lip liner, but honestly, I don't have a lot of lip liners. Now, if you go kind of outside of your lip, kind of like I did right here, you can always take your good old concealer. And what I do, and I think, I'm trying to remember who taught me this. It might have been Alyssa Ashley on YouTube. So you take, and Daria, yes, I will list the products in the comments. So then I like to take a thin brush like this, and then you kind of just blend the concealer out a bit, and that takes care, it gives you kind of that really smooth look. And there you go. So this is a basic face. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, I'll answer them now. I'll give a couple of minutes if y'all have questions. The products will be in the comments for sure. Yeah, so have a great Saturday, and I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, hit me up. And remember, always remember two things. You know, makeup is a choose your own adventure, and remember to clean your brushes. Bye.